Welcome back to Scarborough Fishing, and today we're talking about one of my personal favorites, squarebills. And so, anytime that you have water temperature between about 50 to 60, 65 degrees, normally they're going to push up shallow. And when you have bass pushing up shallow, it's always a great idea to use squarebills. And so, personally, I just love throwing squarebills. I think that they work really great any time of the year except for winter and the summer when it's really, really hot, which puts water temperature generally around 55 to 70 degrees. And so there's some few tricks that I've used within my squarebills, and there's a few different squarebills that I'll use that just kind of, well, a little different than others and for specifics. And so, especially with it being springtime, I'm definitely going to talk about crawls. And crawl baits work really well. And when they start pushing up shallow for the pre-spawn, crawl baits work absolutely phenomenal because they are searching for that red color. And so there's two baits for springtime that I'm going to try to use. Well, three. But I'm going to try to use two in general. And both of them are flat-sided. One being the Spro Little John 50. And the other being the Rapala. Now, this Rapala, I'll link the description down in the, or I'll link the bait down in the description. That way you can get it, because I honestly just can't remember the name of the bait. I know it's an OT Otis or OG Otis Garage. I cannot think about the name. But what's so unique about this is made of balsa wood. I mean, it is if you listen to it, it's a silent bait. There's no rattle. There's no nothing to it because, well, it's wood. And I think it's quite unique. It does have that, what they call that computer chip bill. It helps it dive faster and deeper than just about any other type of bill that we have over and through here. Just plastic standard. Now, flat-sided bills do have a little bit tighter wobble, so they're not going to sit here and roll and shake. They're going to have that tighter wobble. It's going to go through the water, which I think works really well this time of year, especially when the water's on a little bit of the cool side. And the other thing that I really like to throw is this Spro Little John. It does have a ball bearing in the middle, and the center of it, super sticky Gamakatsu hooks. I mean, these things just, I'm trying my best to get you to hear it, but it's like a rubber-coated tungsten ball with that same computer chip bill on it. I generally use two retrieves with these. I either sit there, slow roll it, bomb it out there close to the bank, and I try to do it like, at an angle. I don't try to hit the bank and then have it pull towards me. I try to throw it parallel with the bank and have it pull back against it. Generally try to crash it through cover, try to crash it over top of rocks. Anytime I feel a hard pink off that rock, I'll pause it for a second and just keep slowly rolling it. Another retrieve I use is the burn pause. I love doing the burn pause. Burn pause, burn pause, burn pause. It works. It is great. And so those are two baits that I love particular in the slightly colder water that work amazing. When the water starts getting a little bit warmer, but they're still pushed up, there's another bait that I like to use that has a stupid amount of wobble, and that's the 13 Fishing Jabberjaw. I have the matte Craw and the Fire and Ice that has the red top and the blue belly to it. These things, I mean, when they roll and rock, and you can see almost the bottom of it when they come around. I mean, they completely just roll with it. And one reason why they do is that little front bill move. You can see it. See it right there? You can hear it. That's what you hear in the water. Tick, 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 tick. Absolutely phenomenal. I really love it. I did switch them out with mustard EMG hooks and Hyperwire number 4 split rings. Some of these snaps you see on the front, I'm going to replace. I'll get my favorite color out here, Truffle Butter, and I replaced it with that owner snap you see right there. Makes it a little bit stronger. Owner Hyperwire split rings, and my favorite one right there has that red mustard EMG hook on the front of it. Really great. Really strong split rings. The only reason why I'm leaving the mustard EMG hooks on there and not switching them out to owner STS 36s is because, like, when I actually hook them, I don't want them to come off. And so for me, it really depends on what I want to use. Mustard's a really good brand. Gamakatsu's a really good brand. Owner's a really good brand. I mean, they're all really good brands, to be honest. And that's just really what I use now for my favorite squarebill. And I'm actually waiting to get a Craw color in this one. I really want a Craw color in this one, but I'm waiting. Is the Jenko C2. I mean, I love this squarebill. This has to be my favorite. It's super loud, one knocker. I mean, that's super loud. I do have a owner STS 35s on here. And now the ST35s, excuse me. These ST35s, if I can get one out, I'm using a size 4 on here. If I can get one out, here we go. Something amazing about them is that 155-degree angle you got right there. Now that other one's still pointed face down, but the top ones are, instead of being out and split in thirds, it's pulled back more. And so what this does is it allows me to upsize the hook. So this one came with number 6s. I switched them out with number 4s, but if you look, it fits closer up to that belly. And that other one, I have it split like this. I actually I got this idea from Tim Little of Tactical Bassin. He was using it on the Tactical DD75 deep diving crankbait that they have. That they did the infamous burn pause that I like to use on everything, just about. He switched over to ST 35s. And he did an upsize of number 2 on theirs. I'm doing a number 4 to keep these a little bit closer to the bill. And that way I can run a little bit larger hook. So if you want to run a little bit larger hook, you can get the owner ST35s. And the way that they won't actually scratch the bottom of your bait. If you care about the paint, which you can see mine's been ate up through running it through everything. You can see scratch marks, you can see bite marks on top, and just, I mean, that's super sticky as well. Owner hooks are just stupid sticky. Then you see the back side of that where it's just ate up. Like I said, I love this squarebill, and I know it's stupid. I know I shouldn't wait. I should go ahead and get one, but I'm waiting to get the Craw color. Like I said, the Craws and the 13 fishing, absolutely amazing. I got one in the Fire and Ice and one in the Matte Craw. I can't wait to try those out when the water gets to be about 65, 70 degrees. And of course, you know, you got to have standard bait fish colors. I also have the Truffle butter and the 13 fishing jabber. I mean, that's a very unique design for a rattle. I mean, other than that, the bait's completely silent. I mean, you grab a hold of it, there's nothing. But when you get that bill going back and forth, you get that little, and sometimes that's just a little something else that they need. Another squarebill I want to talk about that I really enjoy, in case you're wondering, 13 Fish also has some really great, and I haven't changed out these hooks. I haven't really done much with them because my fish on my eatery mainly eat shad. They don't eat a lot of bluegill, but I got a little bit of what's called, I think it's called Old Greg. I don't quote me on that one. That one's Perfect Gill, I think. Really great bluegill colors. If your fish mainly eat bluegills, these things work great for that. I haven't really used them much. Plan on doing a little pond fishing here after a while, so I have them ready. Well, almost ready. Another one that I want to talk about that's really great is the Lucky Strike Shallow Smoothie. This thing actually very uniquely is not a flat-sided bait, but it does have just a little bit of a wobble to it. It's not real wide, just a little bit, like the Jenko has more of a wider wobble to it. Shallow Smoothie does not. I have standard bait fish color, a splattered black top. Looks really good in the water. And also I have Chartreuse, a black top. I actually caught, believe it or not, I caught a spotted gar on this thing. I saw a bunch of gar popping up, chasing bait fish. I said, you know what? Flipped it out there. I caught a gar on this thing. It was actually quite surprising. Another thing that I do with the black tops, and I always bring a Sharpie out there with me because he scratched them out of the top. I mean, he really did. He scratched it up really bad. There was score marks all over this. I took a black Sharpie, back over top of it. Now you can't tell. You can't see it at all. It works great. So in instances like that, that also works. I also did upgrade to those ST35s right there for this one because I do like this shallow smoothie. When it comes to the fall and the water temperature starts getting a little bit lower, or you start running up shallow, bomb it out there, and it really does great. Imitating bait fish, I also put owner hyper wires, any type of split rings or snaps I use the snaps and a size 1 of owner and a owner hyper wire, whether it's a number 2, number 3, number 4, anything above a number 4, I'll end up using the ultra wire. Like I said, I'll link everything down in the description below. I'll have this the links go to Tactical Warehouse or any other place that I can find it at. Like this, I actually think I ordered this from Monster Bass, so I'll link that in the description below if Monster Bass still has it. If not, I know you can get this one from Tactical Warehouse. And a couple of the other ones, you can definitely get these at Tactical Warehouse, which is really great. And if I can find it at Tactical Warehouse, I'm going to send you them. If not, I will find other places and I will send you to those links to find them. So other than that, I have a few oddballs that I've just gotten randomly in the mail from like Monster Bass, Free Fridays. Some that I've gotten in, this is the Mini Flat SR. I'll also find that one for you. This one's really interesting because it's real small, but it also doesn't have a lot of wobble to you. I will find this bait, and it has a nice little quieter rattle to it. I mean, some of these that you know from Monster Bass have a little different rattle. I'll send you some of the baits that I have. Some of them were just from Monster Bass that I got, and it's come with a couple of their subscriptions. Some of them were from Carl's Bait and Tackle, the mystery tackle box. I think this one was from that. I also think I got this one from the mystery tackle box, but it ended up being my favorite of all time. I absolutely love this one. It's just really great. And so what I like to use for line on any type of square bill is, of course, 50-pound Suffix 832. That's just what I love to use on just about any of my standard bait casters, except for any of my top waters. Anything to do with top waters, I'm going to end up using 65-pound braid. I use a floral leader P-line, generally anywhere between like a 10 or a 12-pound fluorocarbon leader, depending if I'm running on my medium pole, I'll use 10. If I'm running on a medium heavy like what I'll use for these, I'll end up running 12. The pole that I use is a Daiwa 7'3". That one really, I feel like it really gives me a lot more distance, and it's a little more parabolic than just about anything else there. It's also a fast action, medium heavy, and I'm using a Lew's speed spool, low profile bait caster. Works really well in my opinion. As soon as I get any type of bait caster, I immediately take the spool out and I'll put just a drop of oil or bearing oil on the bearings to keep them lubed, instantly lube them up, get them going, get them ready. But if you want to, I'm telling you, 13 Fishing Jabberjaw is just one of those baits that's just very unique. I mean, came out not too long ago. Definitely different, so it's something that a lot of these fish haven't seen, and something you should definitely try out. And so really, that's all the information that I have to give on squarebills. I really don't have anything else. So until next time, remember, have fun, be safe, catch a big one for me. Also, before I get off here, I want to remind you, if you would, go ahead and subscribe. That really helped me out. I'm not really getting any money off of this. I'm just doing this for you. I'm doing it to reach out to the community and find other people out there. So if you're other parts of a YouTube community for fishing, send a link to your page. I'll follow it. Leave a comment. Subscribe to me. And like always, have fun. Be safe. Catch a big one for me.